Welcome, Pisces, to your April 2025 reading, and thanks for tuning in. Now, Pisces, if you would like to get a reading from me, just click the donate button or the little button with the $ in it, the thanks button. I'm not sure what it is in your region. Nominate an amount. Put a question in the comments section below about what you'd like me to focus on, or just any area you'd like me to focus on if you don't have a question. And I will film your video just like I am filming this one now. And I will leave a link to your video in response to your comment. Now, also, if you're interested in crystals and jewelry and antiques, I've also got an online store that I've just started. If you'd like to check that out, there's some beautiful one-off pieces there, all made by my mum, and some nice little treasures as well with antiques. It's a work in progress, folks, so stay posted as well for new stuff all the time. Now, wow, the first thing I notice about your reading, Pisces, is that you have 3 8s right off the bat. So the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Now, I am not a numerologist by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't believe in coincidences either. And when you have multiple 8s, they are an indicator of a lot of progress and activity in your life. So there's a lot going on, and not to mention the fact that the 8 of Wands means busy, busy, busy. It's a very, very frenetic kind of energy in that one as well. But 8s are a number of great power. I mean, if you think it is the infinity sign, if you turn it on its side, so it represents a lot of self-fulfilling prophecies. So you have to, when you get multiple 8s, keep your hopes optimistic. And if you do, you will be rewarded with success. And if you give into any of your fears, any of your worries, you know, that will likely manifest as well. You know, the thing that you're most afraid of will manifest if you worry and stress about them. And, you know, I do see some worries and stresses here for you. One of the worries may be that you are feeling trapped or stuck in some way here, but, you know, don't be worried about that, because like I said, with multiple 8s, whatever you are focusing on is what will come to fruition. So keep those thoughts positive. But, you know, the 8 of Wands, as I said, busy, busy, busy here. And you've got a lot of stuff going on, stuff to do with your career, stuff to do about things that you're quite passionate about, lots of sort of communication that you're having to deal with as well, emails, letters, text messages, lots of running around, going here, there, and everywhere. So there is this kind of busy energy. But for some of you, this could even be to do with your job, getting a new job or changing jobs or something like that. The 8 of Pentacles, in terms of its actual meaning, is that card of apprenticeship, of learning new skills, of delving into new ways of making your money, or new ways to invest your money even for some of you. And, you know, you've got the Hangman here, and I feel like if you've been feeling stuck or feeling like things are not moving forward, well, that is absolutely going to be changing in April. There's a lot of changes and shifts and busy activity going on. But I also feel like you are looking at your situation from a completely different perspective and doing things quite strategically and in your own way as well. Because not only do you have the Hangman, you've got the 7 of Swords, and both of these cards talk about that. They talk about achieving what it is you want, but in a different way than perhaps other people are doing it, or the way the rest of society does it. But you are still moving forward, with your plans. And I feel like, you've got the High Priestess here as well. You are allowing your intuition to guide you and direct you in the right way, and particularly even making decisions and choosing things to do a little bit differently. You're just following your instincts, following your gut instincts, your subconscious messages that are coming through to you in your dreams and all of that sort of stuff. And if you aren't, then you need to start listening to your dreams, because that's kind of what the High Priestess does talk about. There's unlimited potential. There's secret and sacred knowledge in this card here that is really guiding you. But that Eight of Swords, there are some worries here of you feeling stuck or trapped in a certain situation, or even feeling left out in the cold a little bit here. And that is making you feel a bit stuck or trapped. But there is help here for you, Pisces. I mean, you've got the Queen of Cups. This can actually represent you. I would normally read this as a Scorpio, but because this is a general reading, this is any water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces here. But this is very nurturing energy and very loving, emotional, caring energy. Queens are the nurturers of the deck, and the Queen of Cups is the most nurturing and emotional and caring, loving, supportive kind of energy here. So this could be someone that's absolutely coming into your life to help. And this is someone that you can actually turn to for help if you have been struggling as well in any way. The Five of Pentacles always does talk about making sure you reach out if you are struggling in any way, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, if you've been unwell, reach out. And there are people there that are willing to really support and help you in any way. Now, the Hangman is also the card for Sagittarius, so you may have a significant Sagittarius in your life. And, the Queen can just represent a nurturer in your life, regardless of the star sign. So just could be your mother or a close female friend that is there to support and nurture you as well. But let's get some clarifying cards out. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this is the Universal Celtic Tarot, and I will be clarifying with my mystical tarot deck that I love to use all the time. So we'll get some messages. But wow, 3 8s, as I said, very, very busy energy after a time that, like I said, for some of you, you may have been feeling stuck or like things aren't going your way. You've got the 6 of Cups. This is beautiful, loving energy as well. Now, this can talk about someone from the past or messages from the past potentially coming back to you in April. You might be hearing from a friend. I would normally read this as an Aquarian, but this can be any air sign, so a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But this pages, which this is, I often read as messages or messengers. So as I said, you could be getting a message from the past that is quite significant. Often this is legal documents, contracts, educational papers, government kind of papers and information. It's that kind of messages, very useful messages that you'll be needing to have to deal with as well in April. But going back to that 6 of Cups, this is such a multi-layered card. This can even talk about one of your children as well, if one of these people are your kids, because pages are our kids, and this talks about our kids. But I feel like you're actually looking back to the past in a very nostalgic way, and yeah, it's bringing you a lot of joy to think about it as well. So you might be either going back to the past, recreating the past in some way here, but very, very beautiful energy and loving. Now, wow, the Ace of Wands. I feel there could absolutely be a new job here, or a new career, a new creative project, a new home that you're moving to. But the Ace of Wands is such a beautiful card of new beginnings, new passions igniting in you, and can even talk about new babies coming into your life, or new fur babies if you don't want to have any kids, or you're past the age of kids. But this can even be your baby that you are that you've been working on and putting energy and effort into. You could, be growing. This could be growing and starting afresh here too. But I feel like you're in two minds about something here, Pisces. You've got the Two of Swords. So this is you are a little bit conflicted about something. And look, it'll be different for everyone. I'll get some more cards out to see if we can get some info on that. It could be to do with a career or a new pathway in a creative career or a project here. But the thing with the Two of Swords is it can sometimes be, rather than conflicted against with someone else, there being any conflict with ourselves, it can mean absolutely conflicted with making a choice that you are required to make, because you think that there's only two options, but there is actually other options if you think about it. And you see the figure here has a blindfold on. They can't, so they're not seeing that there is potentially other options there that you can choose. There isn't just this way or that. There is a third way, or another way anyway, third or fourth potentially ways. So don't get too stuck with this almost decision or choice that you are needing to make. You can actually you can think about it for a while. Now, you've got a significant Capricorn here as well. Again, these could be people from the past, or some kind of addiction, obsessive compulsive behavior, something like that can perhaps, that you felt that you had dealt with, could also be resurfacing now as well. Now it's interesting because it is Mercury retrograde, and sometimes things like that can happen. So you may be having to deal with that. But this, and it's interesting that this card came out right in the position of the Eight of Swords. This can be a feeling of you being stuck and trapped as well, and you feel that it is outside forces that are creating this situation in your life. But by looking at things from a different perspective, which I feel like you will be doing in that Hangman card, you will absolutely be able to find a way out of this situation, and you'll see that it actually isn't outside forces that are creating this. It's actually you. And by changing the way you do things, by thinking strategically and looking at things differently, you will see that you're not stuck at all, and you can get yourself out of this situation. And again, it will be different for all of you. But don't allow that negative chatter, Pisces, to come back into your thought processes, into your mind, or any kind of negativity. Don't let it come back in. You have the Marriage card here. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I mean, I'm not seeing too many cups other than the Queen of Cups here. But this card, if you're already married, you don't want to be married, you're not likely to be married, this is a card of building a secure and sound and nurturing environment. Home, usually to do with your home and your family. But and you know, some of you, this can actually talk about literally building a home, but some of you might be moving to a new home and building something safe and secure for those loved ones around you. But this is a really, really nice card. I love that. It's a card of stability, of strength, and of security as well. So if these are any worries that are coming into your mind, please don't be worried about that. And look at that. The Queen of Cups on top of the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. There is a lot of emotion here, a lot of love as well. I love the Queen of Cups and a lot of healing. The Four of Swords is one of my favorite cards. This is that healing of the mind, especially. There's a lot of rest, relaxation, recuperation, healing. So, and you know, again, 2 4s. You've got 3 8s, 2 4s. There's a lot of repeats coming out here for you. And not to mention the fact that you've got 2 Queen of Cups. It's, like I say, there's no such thing as coincidences here. But the Queen of Cups really is just a deeply emotional card, and it asks you to care for others. And I feel like you are just such a nurturing person anyway. As a Pisces, you are that caring soul. But one thing, and particularly because you have 2 of them, it is really important that you nurture yourself just as much. And you've got to remember to do that, Pisces. You know, it's really important. Now, when you get this card, you know, and the fact that you've got 2, it means it's a double whammy here. Feelings run really deep when this pops out. And there's obviously something very significant going on in your relationships. And this is whether it's romantic relationships, platonic relationships, family relationships, whatever it is, there is a lot going on here. And you know what? This is a card of profound psychic experiences as well. And so I feel like there are a lot of messages from your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors coming in here. There is a lot of a lot of nurturing energy, and you're really asked to listen to any guidance, any feelings, any intuition that you've got, any kind of, I used to say to my son when he was little, listen to your spidey senses. And he would do that. He's very, very intuitive. But, you know, I feel like you're, you know, in those cards that came out before here, there's a few more. You are in a very charitable place right now, and this is either giving of your money, giving of your time, giving of your energy. There is this card of giving emotionally here, I feel, for some of you, particularly to do with these Queen of Swords. But there is an opportunity coming in here for you as well, Pisces. I feel like for some of you, you might feel like there is this, you're feeling a bit apathetic about your situation right now. And it could even be your job or even this new inspiration. You've lost your mojo a little bit here. It's almost like you could have, you've got it all really. For looking at you from the outside world, people might look at you and go, well, you've got a roof over your head, you've got food in your belly, you've got money in your pocket, you know, you're in a good place. But for you, there is something missing. And for some of you, you may actually be tapping into your spirituality here because you feel like there is something lacking in your life. But there is definitely an opportunity that will be offered to you. And I feel with the Four of Cups, if you are focused on what it is that you're kind of apathetic or bored with, you may miss this opportunity and shrug it off as, oh yeah, nothing special there. So just keep an eye out for things like that. But I see you in this place in April where you are really controlling your environment, controlling your decisions, making the decisions in your life. You've got a lot going on, and you know, it's almost like you're writing down lists, you're checking things off, you're putting a lot of plans into action that you have, and you're really in control of your situation in a big way. You do have that Aries card here, so this is quite a powerful. This is the Emperor, so this is quite a powerful energy of taking control of your life and your situation, and calling the shots almost in a way. But let's get a final card out now from the Now I Understand Oracle deck by Janine and Lauren McLean. I love this deck. It always just seems to finish off the readings so poignantly. Well, okay. Oh, peace. I think Capricorn got this. All is well. Enjoy the serenity and allow the universe to take the reins. I love that there for you, Pisces. That is very much tapping into your intuition. If you get stuck, if you're not sure, if you're allowing worries to overcome you and that negative self-chatter, just release it, let it all go. And know that the universe is taking care of the situation. This is very much linked to that Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is that card of peace and tranquility and, like I said, healing, closing that door on the outside world, and just recuperating and getting your strength back there. So we'll leave it there, Pisces. Don't forget, if you would like a reading from me, just click the donate button, nominate your chosen amount, leave your question in the comments section below, or what you'd like me to focus on, and I will film your video and leave you the link in response to your comment for you to access it. And again, if you like jewellery, crystal jewellery and antiques, check out my store as well. Have a great month, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.